What if everything you know about ancient history is wrong? Hidden in the mountains of Lebanon lies a structure so massive, so impossibly constructed, that modern engineers still can't explain it. In ancient Mesopotamia, a king searched desperately for the secret of immortality, following clues left by beings who came from the stars. Today we uncover the shocking revelations from Zecharia Sitchin's The Stairway to Heaven, where ancient myths meet archaeological mysteries, and the truth may be stranger than fiction. Welcome to our exploration of Zecharia Sitchin's groundbreaking work, The Stairway to Heaven, the second book in his Earth Chronicles series. Sitchin was a scholar of ancient languages who spent decades translating Sumerian cuneiform tablets. What he discovered challenged conventional archaeology and history. According to Sitchin's interpretation, these ancient texts tell a very different story about humanity's origins. One involving advanced beings called the Anunnaki, who came to Earth from a distant planet. But this isn't just about ancient astronauts. It's about real archaeological sites, mysterious structures, and connections that span continents. In The Stairway to Heaven, Sitchin explores the physical evidence, the places where, according to ancient texts, these beings landed, lived, and even ascended back to the heavens. Let's begin this journey into the past. Our story begins with one of humanity's oldest tales, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a mighty king of Uruk, part god and part man. But when his closest friend Enkidu died, Gilgamesh was consumed by one question: can death be defeated? The ancient texts describe his desperate quest to find Utnapishtim, the one man granted immortality by the gods. But this wasn't a spiritual journey. According to Sitchin, Gilgamesh was searching for a real place, a physical location where the Anunnaki had established what the text called the landing place. The epic describes Gilgamesh's arduous journey through the mountains, past guardian creatures, through tunnels of complete darkness. He traveled to the Cedar Mountain, to the place of the rockets, seeking the secret that only the gods possessed. But here's what's fascinating. The text provides geographical markers, specific landmarks, and detailed descriptions of locations. Sitchin believed these weren't metaphors, they were directions. So where was Gilgamesh really going? What was he really searching for? The answer lies in the mountains of Lebanon. According to Sitchin's analysis of ancient texts, the Anunnaki needed specific places to land their spacecraft, and Lebanon's mountains were one of these crucial sites. The ancient Sumerians called it the landing place. The Hebrew Bible refers to it as the place where angels ascended and descended. Different names, but perhaps the same location. Why Lebanon? The geography is striking. The mountain ranges create natural corridors. The peaks are visible from vast distances, and the area sits at a strategic crossroads between ancient civilizations. But the real evidence isn't just geographical, it's archaeological. Hidden in these mountains is one of the most perplexing ancient sites on Earth, Baalbek. And when you see what's there, you'll understand why Sitchin believed this was no ordinary temple, but rather a launching platform built by beings with technology far beyond anything ancient humans possessed. Baalbek, even the name sounds ancient and mysterious. Located in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, Baalbek contains Roman ruins. But beneath those ruins lies something far older, far more impressive, and completely unexplainable by conventional archaeology. At the foundation of the complex are massive stone blocks, the largest weighing over 800 tons each. That's the weight of 3 Boeing 747 aircraft. These aren't just big rocks. They're precisely cut, perfectly fitted, megalithic stones known as the trilithon. And here's the mystery. Even with modern cranes and technology, moving stones of this size would be an extraordinary engineering challenge. So how did ancient people, supposedly using only primitive tools, copper chisels and wooden rollers, quarry, transport, and position these massive blocks with such precision? Some archaeologists claim the Romans did it, but the Romans themselves never claimed credit for the foundational stones, only for the temple built on top of them. They seem to recognize that something older, something they couldn't replicate, lay beneath. Sitchin's theory. These stones were the foundation of a landing platform, constructed by the Anunnaki using advanced technology thousands of years before the Romans arrived. The evidence suggests someone with capabilities far beyond ancient humans built the base structure at Baalbek. But who and why? Remember Gilgamesh's quest? The ancient texts specifically mention the Cedar Mountain, the cedar forest where divine beings dwelt. This wasn't mythological decoration. The Cedar Mountains of Lebanon were famous throughout the ancient world. The cedars of Lebanon appear in texts from Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Bible. These weren't ordinary trees. Ancient records describe them as sacred, towering, magnificent. Kings traveled great distances to obtain this precious wood for temples and palaces. But according to Sitchin, the cedar forest served another purpose. It marked the approach to the landing place. The texts describe Gilgamesh encountering Humbaba, the guardian of the forest, a fearsome creature that protected the sacred area. Was Humbaba just a monster of legend? Or was he a guardian? Perhaps even a technological defense system, protecting a restricted zone? The geographical descriptions in the Epic of Gilgamesh align remarkably well with the actual terrain leading to Baalbek. The mountains, the forest, the approach, it all fits. It's as if the ancient scribes were providing a map to something real. But Lebanon wasn't the only location connected to the Anunnaki. According to Sitchin's research, Egypt played an equally crucial role. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Official archaeology tells us it was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu around 2500 BC. But here's what's strange. No mummy was ever found inside. No hieroglyphics decorate the interior, and the mathematical precision of its construction is staggering. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north with an accuracy of less than 1/15 of a degree. Its dimensions encode advanced mathematical constants, including pi and the golden ratio. The structure's weight is estimated at 6 million tons, using approximately 2.3 million stone blocks. How did ancient Egyptians, supposedly using copper tools and wooden ramps, achieve such precision? Sitchin proposed a radical idea. The pyramids weren't tombs, they were beacons, part of a landing corridor. The Giza complex, according to his theory, aligned with specific celestial coordinates, particularly the constellation Orion. When viewed from above, the 3 pyramids of Giza mirror the 3 stars of Orion's belt. Coincidence, or intentional design by beings who navigated by the stars? The ancient texts speak of the Anunnaki traveling between heaven and earth. Perhaps the pyramids and Baalbek were 2 points in a larger network, a system of markers and landing facilities spanning the ancient world. The evidence keeps pointing to technology and knowledge that shouldn't have existed thousands of years ago. So who were the Anunnaki really? According to Sumerian texts as interpreted by Sitchin, they were beings from a planet called Nibiru, a planet with an elongated orbit that brings it near Earth every 3,600 years. The texts describe them as technologically advanced, capable of space travel, genetic engineering, and construction on a massive scale. They came to Earth, the texts say, in search of gold, which they needed for purposes the ancient scribes could barely comprehend. But they did more than mine. According to these interpretations, they uplifted humanity, sharing knowledge of agriculture, mathematics, astronomy, and writing. The Sumerians credited the Anunnaki with teaching them civilization itself. Sitchin believed the stairway to heaven was both literal and symbolic. The physical structures like Baalbek and the pyramids that served as launch sites, and the hierarchical system by which select humans could ascend to join the gods. Gilgamesh's quest for immortality was really a quest to reach the Anunnaki's inner sanctum, to access the technology or knowledge that could extend life, perhaps even to journey to the stars himself. He didn't find immortality, but according to the texts, he came close, closer than any other mortal had come. He reached the landing place. He saw the impossible structures. He witnessed what the gods had built, and the scribes wrote it all down, preserving these accounts for thousands of years until modern researchers like Sitchin could piece together their startling implications. Zecharia Sitchin's The Stairway to Heaven presents a controversial theory, one that challenges mainstream archaeology and our understanding of ancient history. Are his interpretations correct? That's for each person to decide. Critics argue that his translations of Sumerian texts are unconventional and his conclusions too speculative. But the mysteries remain undeniable. The massive stones of Baalbek, the mathematical precision of the pyramids, the detailed geographical descriptions in ancient epics, the consistent stories across cultures of beings descending from the sky. These aren't modern inventions. They're recorded in humanity's oldest writings, carved in stone, built into structures that still stand today. Whether you believe the ancient astronaut theory or not, Sitchin's work encourages us to look at the past with fresh eyes, to question assumptions, to recognize that ancient people may have witnessed things we still don't fully understand. The stairway to heaven, was it mythology or was it memory? If you found this exploration fascinating, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into ancient mysteries. Next, we'll continue the Earth Chronicles journey with Book 3, The Wars of Gods and Men. What do you think? Could the Anunnaki have really visited Earth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the past is not always what we've been taught. Sometimes the truth is written in plain sight, waiting for those bold enough to read it. Thank you for watching.